Okay, so in this video I'm going to do question 17 from game 3 from prep test 47. I'm going to start by drawing out the grid again. So we've got S, T, V, X, and Z are stores, and then there are 4 distinct types of music: folk, jazz, opera, and rock. And none of the stores carries any other type of music. Okay, great. So 2 of the 5 stores carry jazz. Okay. T carries rock and opera and nothing else. Okay. S carries more types than T, so at least 3, and X carries more than any other. So X is going to be carrying all of them, and S will carry 3. And then jazz is among the types of music that S carries. So we have our 2 check marks for jazz. And then V doesn't carry any type of music that Z carries. So V and Z can't have any in common. Okay, looks good. So yeah, I think that covers all of the deductions that we can make at the beginning. But then question 17 gives us a question-specific condition. So if S and V both carry folk. Okay, so V carries folk, Z cannot. And then which one of the following could be true is the question. So Z has to carry either opera or rock. V could carry opera or rock, in addition to carrying folk, but it would have to carry the opposite of whatever Z or Z carries. So we've got to keep that in mind. So I think this is going to be a key rule. So could it be true that S and T have nothing in common? That actually cannot be true, because S has to carry 3. It has to carry more types than T. So it has to carry either opera or rock. And T carries both of those. So they have to have at least, well, they have to have exactly 1 in common, actually, S and T. Okay, so A is not true. B, S and Z carry no types of music in common. So that is possible. So S could carry opera in addition to folk and jazz, and Z could just carry rock, and that would be okay. So B could be true. C, T and Z carry no types of music in common. That can't be true. So Z has to carry at least 1 type of music. So it has to have at least 1 in common with T. So C is out. D, S and Z carry 2 types of music in common. So right now, S has folk and jazz and Z does not. In order for them to carry 2 types in common, Z would have to have both opera and rock, and S would have to have both opera and rock. And that is not possible. So S has a total of 3, so it can carry either opera or rock, but not both. So D is out. And E, T and V carry 2 types in common. So they don't carry any in common right now. If they carry 2 in common, V would have to have both opera and rock. But if V has opera and rock, Z cannot. And Z has to have 1 of them. So it's this VZ rule that actually comes into play. So the correct answer is B.